to the closet hour!
He's just giving me the dumbest possible look. Welcome to the first ever episode of Podcast in the Closet Hour with your host Stephanie and Scott, who just looked at the microphone like an idiot. Like he's like, okay, we're recording, and then just stares at me with the dumbest look on his face.
I'm too prepared for these kinds of things. I need to just let it go with the flow. I was trying to come up with something to say about it. I don't know, but you seem to do a pretty good job of.
All right, well, so now we've introduced ourselves. I'm Stephanie, not Scott. The other one over there, he's Scott.
I'm Scott with an S.
Hashtag Big Brother Canada.
Yeah. Woot woot. It is April 15th. About 7:20 right now. It's a Wednesday. One day late to when we were actually going to record. Mm-hmm. We had a bunch of things we had to deal with, and so now we're recording. Might as well go ahead and talk about what the show name, where the show name comes from. Obviously, there's a acronym there. It's Pitch, and we intend to play that into things. It's going to be kind of our brand.
I don't think it's that obvious though, because I said Podcast in the Closet Hour.
Well, yeah.
I didn't refer to it as Pitch.
Well, true. Good point.
Okay. That's all right.
But when we post it places, if we're going to put somewhere in there about it being Pitch, I would imagine, right?
Oh, yeah?
Okay, so anyway, if you didn't already know, the acronym for Podcast in the Closet Hour is Pitch. I don't know what that exactly has to do with us, but
we're in our closet.
Yeah, that's really what it has to do. I had this. I'm like, so I want to record a podcast with you, and we're we didn't really know exactly what it was going to be, just that it was going to be about us. Mm-hmm. But we were trying to figure out where we would record at, what the best place would be, and I wrote, we have 3 cats. You can go ahead and give their names out because I know you want to.
Oh no, we'll talk about the cats another time. Trust me.
Yeah. Before the show, we were talking, and she actually would be okay with the first episode being the cat episode, just so you understand how serious she is about her 3 cats.
So okay, now I have to introduce them because you're talking.
You don't have to bring them in here. You can just.
So okay, so I've got Ninja.
Hashtag Ninja.
The
cat.
She is half shaved right now.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. We've got Cheeseburger. Everyone loves Cheeseburger. He's an orange.
Hashtag Cheeseburger the cat.
Oh, hashtag Cheeseburger the cat. I'm telling you, everyone loves Cheeseburger. He is just the biggest ham. And then we've got Dinah.
Hashtag Dinah the cat.
Yeah.
Dinah the brat.
Oh, that's what it is. She's a brat. She's a complete and total brat. And the problem is, I'm a 26-year-old crazy cat lady.
She is.
Already?
And I'm like her honorary cat.
He's the cat king.
I was going to say cat wrangler, but I like cat king too.
You could be the cat king / cat wrangler. Pretty much same thing, just different, names.
I actually had to just wrangle them out, actually just Dinah out of our bedroom because we're trying to record. Okay, so the whole point of this, going back to where we were before we go on a tangent, was that we chose to record in our closet. It's big enough for us to sit in. We got beanbag chairs and we've got podcast recording equipment. And in front of me, I've got a laptop and she's got a tablet and I've got a tablet. But we've got a setup in our closet to do this, to record, because I felt like that would be the best sound because it's a minimal space. There would be less echo and the clothes would help kind of like, control the sound a little bit better. Kind of like a redneck, cheap as hell sound room system.
Yeah, pretty much.
Room
Pretty much.
thing. Yeah. And so I just had to wrangle Dinah outside of the closet because we can't even have her in the bedroom because she sits outside and you can clearly hear her going meow, meow,
Oh,
meow.
they're freaking out because they're like, what the hell are they doing in there?
They're like, we're not allowed in that room, and now they're sitting in that room. What is going on?
And we can't go in it.
We should, like, when we leave the room, we should give them looks like we were up to something.
Yeah, I think they'll pick up on it. I think it'll make it worse. But I think when we do that, we have to leave the bedroom door open so that way they can get to the closet door, so that way we can, hear them.
Yeah.
To know if it's affecting them.
True.
Anyways, so
anyhow, so
rabbit holes.
Yeah, rabbit holes. That's going to happen a lot, obviously.
Yeah.
But anyway, so like she said, she's Steph. I'm Scott. We are engaged. We're going to be married about this time next year. I'd say within about 10 days. We're hoping to be married by then. And you'll learn a little bit more about us, but we're going to try to keep this within an hour. I at first I thought it would be hard to fill time, but I don't think so. I think with the segments and stuff we have planned, and I'm gonna eventually try to work in music and a theme song and like little stings and stuff. I want to actually get a sound effect board set up so we can play sound effects and different musics and music clips and stuff on the show eventually. Which, as I learn more, I can. I know I'm not using this equipment correctly. We're actually recording with one mic, so I apologize for the sound quality.
We have a second one, but it's just not working with...
We actually have 3.
We do?
Yeah, because I got 2 the first time, the first present you gave me.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot.
And I bought an adapter for it to fit this, and it does. And I've read on this about this particular mixer, which is the Zenix 502 by Behringer, I guess.
Behringer.
Yeah. So if anybody hears this that knows anything about that, you can email me at unsoundgorehound@gmail.com. That's probably the best way to get a hold of me. But anyway, this mixer, I've read things that say that it can take a second mic. It's not as good quality, but for some reason I can't get it to work. So I think it's probably operator error, but nonetheless, hopefully the quality will improve over time. So bear with us. Work on getting the static out of the background and really polish it in post. So anyhow, so anyway, that was where the whole idea for the podcast. Well, the podcast was already in play. I already had talked to Stephanie about being in a podcast with me because I've always wanted to do one.
Well, and we've been together for coming up on 2 years.
Yeah.
Next month it'll be 2 years, and pretty quickly after we got together, he started talking about wanting to do a podcast, and I really. I hope that I don't really I get screwed. I don't care if I get made fun of. I didn't really know what a podcast was until I met him. And my first podcast that I ever listened to was, I believe it was Edumacation.
Really?
I believe that's
with Andy McElfresh and Kevin Smith. That's a Smodcast podcast.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to talk about that later in the show, so we'll talk about it then. But
I just wanted to emphasize, like, he is so excited about this, and it's been really fun, like, watching him get excited. And...
Well, I would say I didn't get in on the ground floor, but I got in before a lot of people know what podcasts were, so you kind of learned as everybody else, because if you notice, a lot of people know about podcasts now. It's a big deal.
I just thought people knew way before I did.
No, well, probably.
No, yeah, like,
but not a lot of people. I mean, like, look at Serial. Everybody knows what Serial is now.
Oh yeah.
So it's blown up, but what I want is I want to get in before it's
regulated.
Regulated, yes, that's the word I'm looking for.
Regulated.
Yeah, before they start charging fees, and it's already happening. The celebrities are able to get better access to recording equipment and stuff. But I take Kevin Smith's advice. He says he's even said just take a mic on your phone and sit and record, and start there. Excuse me. And I'm losing my train of thought.
See, this is what happens when he talks about his man crush. He loves him so much.
He just says, start somewhere because this media, what's that? This media is still accessible by anybody without an entrance fee, Yeah. So
well, don't give anyone any bright ideas.
Well, it's already happening. So, but still, it's just something I've always wanted to do, and I think I've always thought Stephanie is well spoken and funny, and so I think people will like hearing from her, and hopefully will put up with me too, like she does. Let's see. I'm actually looking at my notes on my tablet. Actually,
are we about ready to roll into segment 1?
Yeah. Yeah, usually somewhere in here we would probably have a music segment play in. Right now, right now we're calling this segment highlights of our week, just basically about things that's happened in our week that we want to talk about. But I think that we might eventually should name it something else. We'll probably come up with something a little funny or more witty to put there.
I mean, yeah, bear in mind, this is our first podcast ever. This is kind of just, this is a format that Scott came up with. I told him, hey, look, this is your baby. You come up with a format. I'll talk. Whatever you want me to do. But eventually it may change, so just be aware of that. But for right now, segment 1 right now is highlight of our week. So,
yeah,
like you just stated. So
hopefully it'll flow just a little bit better. Hopefully we can segue into better segments without,
Hopefully the segment.
Yeah. This is episode, honestly.
That's what we could do. That's what we could do. We could just stop talking, completely confuse people, and be like, segue to segment, and then just start on the next thing. With no warning, just ha 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 ha, boom, stop.
We could do that. that would completely confuse people. Yeah, you're right about that. So anyway, so this is just, hopefully we'll just flow into talking about this normally. Like I said, this is episode 0. This might not ever be heard. This is just something that we're gonna play around with to see if it sounds like something listenable, I guess. So
she's playing footsie with me over here.
Actually, she's playing footsie with me, but I'm okay with it.
His toes are cold.
My toes are always cold. Okay, so anyway, so let's talk about our week. It doesn't even have to be the highlights of the week. Just talk about what you feel like talking about, really.
Well, I think I want you to go first on this one, and the reason I say that is because, one of my biggest highlights for my week is you. So, I think you should go ahead and, Scott, tell us what are your highlights for the week?
All the sleep I get. No, I'm kidding. I don't get sleep, not much.
No, not really.
But I don't know. My week's been filled with more of I would say more less highlights and more overcasts with medical stuff that's going on. Mm-hmm. Which I'm not really going to talk about right now. Just I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and hopefully everything will be better at the end. Hopefully by next week. Hopefully by the next time I record. Who knows? But what I will talk about, and this is something that we haven't talked about really since it's happened, we finally caught up on The Walking Dead.
Yes,
we did. I was almost done. I was almost caught up. I needed 4 or 5 episodes of this last season to be caught up completely, and Stephanie went from season 1 to season 5, right?
Yeah, all the way through. Yeah, and probably in the span of a month. And I know there's a lot of people that can do that quicker, but here's what's funny.
Everybody binge watches now.
Look, okay, so I watched the first season the first time it came around, right? And I really wasn't that impressed. Gotta be honest. I really wasn't.
I was.
And then,
it drew me in.
Well, then, between you, my sister, and my aunt, and...
The only time I took a break off of it would be, I think it was the 3rd season.
Which, don't say what happens. Spoilers, in case.
Well, it's been on forever.
Well, look, okay, it's been on forever.
Okay, spoilers.
Okay.
Turn off the podcast for a few... No, don't turn it off. Keep it on. Put it down. Okay, now think again. Speed it up a few seconds if you don't want to hear what we're talking about in season 3 of Walking Dead, which would have been I don't even know, years ago.
Well, look, okay.
Oh, well, I guess you just caught up.
I just caught up. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Is I watched the first season. I wasn't impressed. Then all my other friends got on the bandwagon. And I decided to go ahead and get on the bandwagon, too. And I'm really glad that I did. And just to inform you, sir, season 3 is whenever all the BS starts with, they're finishing up the stuff at the prison.
Yeah.
Finishing stuff up at the prison and leading into Terminus.
Yeah, I like that. I guess it would have been, see, that was season 3?
I believe it was season 3, yeah.
Or season 4.
I know, because I think season...
We should have, next time we want to talk about something, it should have been my duty to have notes about The Walking Dead so we know what we're talking about.
No, I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so the part that I didn't like, that I quit watching on for a while, was when everybody started getting ill in the prison. Like, that whole side story of people getting ill.
I liked that, though.
I didn't like that.
You know what had me paranoid, though? Because I really, the entire time, thought that the governor was behind it.
Yeah?
I really, the entire time. Because I couldn't stand the governor. I couldn't stand him. But, oh my God, I loved his character. He played it so freaking well. It's just, whenever all that...
I guess I just didn't like the way it finished up, the whole illness thing.
It kind of rolled out into a whole bunch of people were sick, and then they were taken over.
Yeah.
So a lot of people died from it, but then a lot of people.
But I guess that maybe I didn't understand, was the illness part of the zombie? Did they get it from zombies, or was it just a normal illness that was killing people and then turning them into zombies?
No,
because they
what
passed.
it was a bacteria that, when the world was the way, with modern, all that, doctors, medicine, it that kind of bacteria wouldn't matter, but in a post-zombie apocalyptic world, it was resurfacing, this type of bacteria was. You gotta think, these people aren't showering regularly, they're not brushing their teeth regularly.
But it was a natural illness.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't something that came from the walkers.
Because they never really identified what it was, so...
Yeah, I think they did, but I can't remember.
See, maybe I wasn't paying attention.
But you gotta think, too, I also just binge-watched all of it in the span of, a month.
Ooh.
What?
On another episode, because I'm not prepared for this, I'm going to get maybe a Walking Dead trivia app or something, and I'm going to test you.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, I'm going to test you. That'll be fun.
That'd be fun.
Okay, so yeah, that's a good idea. On the future episode, we'll do that. I don't really intend for there to be the same segments always. I mean, obviously, we're going to talk about our week, and the next segment I would really like to keep all the time, because that one would be fun, and I've never heard it before, so I think that would be fun.
I didn't get to say about my week.
I know, I'm not passing on.
Oh.
I'm just saying. We don't have to follow a certain format. No. My point is, we might just do trivia one day instead of something else. So, and I have an idea, for something called the Bad Bucket List. I think that'll be fun to talk about at some point.
Explain what a bad bucket list is.
No, I'm going to make them wait. Because that's a fun one. Okay. But if we get into that, then we're going to start doing it. So, let's just work with what we got for now. Agreed?
All right, I'm following your lead.
She just wants to talk about cats and the Bad Bucket List and just go completely off the show notes.
I like to stand on soapboxes. That's what I'm really good at.
But instead, she's sitting in a purple beanbag chair, so what do you do with that?
It's beautiful. I love my purple beanbag chair.
What do you think of my black beanbag chair?
It's bland. Mine's pretty.
Okay, so going back on topic, tell me about highlights of your week.
Okay, so first and foremost, the biggest highlight / overcast is what you've got going on medically right now. And I know, that's your thing. I'll let you talk about whatever you want to talk about. But from my perspective, it's really hard because while technically I'm still your future wife, I'm your wife and you're my husband. And from a wife's point of view, it's very, very scary to see her husband have these type of medical issues, go through what you're going through. And I can't possibly know exactly what you feel like. Like, I've had my own medical stuff, and we'll talk about that another time. I'm comfortable talking about it, but
yeah, we'll have a Grey's Anatomy episode, and not about the TV show, about medical stuff.
Well, no, what it's going to be about is what happens when you get old.
Yeah,
that's going to be what it is.
Does your ally count as medical stuff?
No, that's part of the pitch, part at the end.
Oh,
see what?
So we are going to talk about ally.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll talk about ally.
That'll be fun.
We'll talk about ally. That is a lot of fun, interesting.
Is that even
stuff.
how you pronounce it? I've been meaning to ask
I
you.
have heard some people pronounce it Ally.
It looks like Ally to me.
Most people I've heard pronounce it Ally.
Or Ollie.
Most people I've heard Ally.
It looks like Ally to me. I hope I'm not pronouncing it the wrong way all this time.
Oh no, I'd feel like a complete dumbass if that's what I was doing.
Oh boy. At least we don't have listeners to email us and tell us we're dumb yet.
Yeah, right.
It'll happen eventually.
Other highlights of my week, though. I've got a year left on paying my car. A year left. 1 year. Bear in mind, I'm 26, okay? I got this car when I was 20. Alright? Getting a brand new car at the age of 20 is one of the worst things that you can do. And my grandfather tried to talk me out of it. But I think he understood I needed to kind of learn a lesson. I get that now. Because I wasn't ready for that kind of responsibility. And recently I've had some car troubles because some jackass tried to run me off the road. And it messed up my struts. I've got a ridiculous amount of stuff that I got to get done with it. And it's also $2,800. So I'm going to be taking it to a family mechanic to see if I can, get it sorted out, get something figured out with it. But so there's that highlight of the week. Oh, another highlight of the week that I could definitely think about. And I know this is really cheesy and stuff, but I got a new game. I got a new game for my Wii. No, I don't have a Wii U. I just have a regular old Wii. And I got Zumba Fitness 2. And I really like it because as far as working out goes, it's not going to happen unless I'm having fun.
It's fun to watch her play. She's trying to make me play, but I'd rather just watch.
Oh, I would love to see him get up and do Zumba with me.
I don't know if there's enough alcohol in the world.
I want to see him get up with me and do it. Anyways, it's a lot better than the Just Dance games. That's not any kind of slander, is it?
No.
Because that's my personal opinion.
It's an opinion.
Okay, so here's
make it funny, and then you can do anything.
Okay, so here's my personal opinion. Ha ha ha! Just Dance games suck. Ha ha ha! There, yeah. I made it funny.
Awesome.
Just Dance games blow. They're not going to help you lose any weight. They're only going to piss you off. So, anyways, there's your highlights for my week.
Awesome. Okay, so
what?
I was just trying to think if there was anything else in the week that would be highlights. I was going to say Ninja, but that was last week.
Oh yeah, well we could talk about that too, though.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah. Oh, you want me to?
Yeah.
Ninja. We took Ninja in to get Ninja's our small female black cat.
I mean, she's really tiny. She is. She's small.
She's needed to be fixed for a while because
Mm-hmm.
she's constantly in heat and in pain. So we took her in to get her fixed. And when we got her back, the lady's like explaining to us before we got her that she's like, unfortunately we had to shave your cat. She like winced and we're like she's like a lot. And
oh, it's funny.
Yeah, we'll if you're interested, we have pictures.
No, it's really funny. It's really funny.
But her whole back right, the left hip and leg is shaved towards not the complete leg, but down her thigh, and then her whole entire belly is shaved because they originally went in at her hip and found out that she had a huge cyst.
Water-filled sac is exactly what they called it. Yeah, they said if it would have bust, it would have poisoned her whole body.
Yeah.
So,
and once they remove that from her, she looks like she's just skin and bones because apparently she was anorexic that entire time.
Well, yeah, we looked at it, and it's like the cat version of PCOS, which if you don't know what that is, that's polycystic ovarian syndrome. I wear teal, so that's something that I deal with. But ironically enough, like she has
her hair. Part of her hair is actually teal.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about that. I got PCOS awareness.
You're supposed to
hair.
rock it like that. Be like, I did it for that.
Oh yeah, I totally have PCOS awareness hair. Yeah.
She threw her hair around, just so you know.
But yeah, so basically what it was is she had like the cat version of PCOS, except the big difference in cats and humans have a hard time losing weight. Cats, it causes anorexia, so she is really small. Like the other two cats, Dinah and Cheeseburger, they are so much bigger.
Yeah, like 2 of her could fit in each of them.
But we're hoping she's gonna gain weight.
And she's the oldest cat too.
She is. She's 5. She's about 5. We're really hoping that she's gonna lose some weight.
Yeah.
It was really scary, like when they told me that.
Oh my gosh.
What?
For cat people.
We are cat people.
We've talked about cat. You turned this into a cat episode.
I didn't turn this into a cat episode.
Yes.
It's like a mom talking about her kids. That's what it is.
Wow.
I'm serious.
Sorry to interrupt, but that just hit me all of a sudden. I'm like, it is a cat episode.
I did not. This is part of the highlight of our week. You know, and our cats happen to be a big highlight for us every day.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and the highlight of it was that while it cost us a pretty penny, we took care of her, and she seems to be doing really well.
Oh, she seems like she's happier too. Like,
yeah.
She doesn't seem. She wants to play a little bit more. Like, I thought she stopped wanting to play with the other two as much because she was getting older, so she wasn't like in that kitten phase anymore, where Cheeseburger's still got one foot in there, and then Dinah's still completely a kitten.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I honestly thought it was because she was getting older and that's why she didn't want to play.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it because she was hurting. It makes me feel awful because it took us so long to get it fixed and all the good stuff.
But she's taking care of them.
She is, yeah. She's a lot happier.
She's taking care of.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any other highlights on your end?
No. Not really.
Yeah. I can't think of any more either.
Can't think of anything right offhand. So I guess we can just move on. The next segment is something that I came up with. I don't think I've ever heard anybody else do it on a podcast or a show, so I think it's kind of fun. Imagine some kind of like organ music playing right now before we announce this, and this segment's called our
like church organ music.
Yeah, like church organ music. And this segment would be called the Weekly Confessional. And essentially, what this is it's a fun. What it's going to work out at being is an opportunity for each of us to tell one another something we haven't told them, you know, maybe about us in general or in the week or whatever it is, something fun. Obviously, we're not going to come on here and be like, I'm really a woman, you know, or it'd be more like, I'm really a woman.
That's a Jerry Springer type episode.
Yeah.
That's a Jerry Springer episode.
If I was going to tell you that I'm really a woman, I'd at least take you on Jerry Springer, because I know it's your dream to go to see, maybe not be on it, but go see Jerry Springer.
Oh my God, no. Like, if they paid actors to go on Jerry Springer, I would go on
Wait a minute, you watch this like it's serious, but you say actors on there, so how?
Well, I don't know. Like, I've heard that some of them are paid actors. Like, I don't think they'd even have to pay me. If they wanted me to get up there and pretend and all that good, I would have so much fun.
You realize they would probably say, okay, well, here's some drinks that you can have in the back. And if you want to take your top off, it's okay.
I wouldn't do that, but I would definitely throw a chair. I would definitely throw a chair and yell out, "Bitch, you took my man!" Like, pardon the language, but like, I would totally get into... Yeah, like, put me on Jerry Springer. I would be absolutely mortified if someone took me on there and it was serious. Like, if you took me on there to legitimately tell me you were a woman. I don't think
anything on Jerry Springer is serious anymore.
Well, no.
There's very few that you can...
I don't mean
Why are
serious.
we talking about this?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
We're just talking.
Yeah, no, I guess that's okay.
Anyways.
Oh, no.
So my weekly confessional, I like trashy TV.
Is that really your weekly I knew that. No.
No, yeah,
That doesn't count.
I'm not confessing
But you do have to
anything.
go first because I went first last time.
Oh, okay. So, my confession, I was like thinking here, what am I going to confess to? And the problem is like, I have like a Jiminy Cricket in me, so anytime I do something even sneaky or whatever, I always tell you right away because I always feel really bad.
I feel like I shouldn't be looking at you while you're telling me. Like a real confessional. Hide behind my laptop.
I think I told you this once, but I don't think you were aware that I was still doing this. Every once in a while. Okay, so let me first explain. He works completely different hours than I do. And, when we get time together, we really, really cherish it because we just don't, it just doesn't feel like we ever get enough of it because of us working such different hours. So, oftentimes when you're in bed and you're asleep, I will come in the bedroom and check and make sure you're still breathing. I actually do this pretty often.
I think that's a trait of OCD. Wait, so do you think I'm just gonna die?
I don't know.
Is it just like is that something you do in general or just with me?
Just with you.
Wow.
Just with you and it's so stupid because sometimes I can't see your stomach moving. Like if I could see your stomach moving up and down while you're breathing, okay, cool,
wow.
I'll walk out. But a lot of times what I'll do if I can't see your stomach moving is I'll put my hand right up to your mouth, like an inch or two away.
Wow,
to
that's
see
kind
if
of
I can
freaky.
feel air coming out from your nose to make sure you're still breathing.
Oh, I'm gonna have to so get you sometime when you do.
Don't get me. I do it
Actually,
because I love you and I.
Actually, to be honest, I have no idea that this is happening. Wow, that freaks me out a little bit.
I'm not trying to freak you out.
Yeah, but you know how easy it would be for that hand to be holding a rag. Or a pillow.
True.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Some creepy cat lady sneaks into your room.
Oh boy, we're not ready to segment to the next section, but this lady we're going to discuss in the next segment could possibly be, you could be like her.
Oh my god.
If you're standing over me with your hand near my mouth. No, I'm just kidding. I understand. Actually,
you don't. No, you don't.
No, let me finish. I do understand because I don't know if you can get over OCD, but I know
What's ECD?
Nothing. I was trying to say OCD.
Oh.
Thanks for pointing out my stutter there.
That wasn't a stutter. This is just a stutter. That was using the wrong word.
OCD. Is that better?
No.
I'm not making fun of people who stutter, okay? Because I do stutter sometimes and stammer. But
he sounds like a bumbling idiot.
And I also lose track of what I'm trying to say.
All the time.
Anyway.
And I never help with that, so.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. All right.
What I was trying to say is when I was younger, I feel like I did have some form of OCD because I did the same thing with some of my family members.
Really?
Yeah.
You never told me
I
this.
actually remember my grandmother because she was so sick. That's why I asked if you were like, is it just with me? Do you think I'm going to die? Because with my grandmother, I would do that. And I actually remember remembering a time of taking her mirror. She had a little plastic mirror and putting it under her nose to see, because it would fog the mirror. To see if she was breathing.
Wow, that's a good
shadow.
idea.
Oh, God. Except here's Stephanie. She's not going to have a little mirror. She's going to take a big-ass mirror, like the one in my closet or something, and I'm going to wake up with a mirror right in front of my face.
And you're going to be scared by your own reflection.
I know. That's terrible. You're the one that signed up to look at this every morning, not me.
Oh, and I love to look at it every morning.
But anyway, yeah, wow. Okay, that's quite the confessional.
Yeah. What's your confession?
Mine's not nearly as... Wow.
Nearly as wow. Screw you. I'm just trying to check to make sure you're still alive. That's love.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's
it's the
weird,
creepy kind of love.
Creepy love. Yeah, but it's still love. Love is love. Creepy. It's still love.
Wow. I'm gonna have to start
fantastic.
locking the door at night.
There's no lock on the door. Good luck, buddy.
I can wedge a chair under there. I've watched enough Walking Dead. I know how to barricade a door.
Well, I've watched enough Walking Dead to see how to unbarricade a door.
Zombies never unbarricade a door.
Yes, they do. They break through stuff all the time.
They don't unbarricade it, though.
Whatever. I will break through that door.
I believe you.
Me and the cats will come barreling in there.
Help.
Yeah.
Anyway, my confessional for the week is not nearly
As wow.
Yeah,
That's what he just
dramatic.
Said. Not dramatic.
Whatever it is, it's compared to mine. Mine's just lame, I guess. For me, I was just gonna say that my confession is that I have a prank that's almost ready to go that I've been planning for a very, very long time.
Oh,
and it's
my God.
It's one that I have planned for, like I said, for a long time, and it's the most prep intensive that I've ever done to get prepared for.
Why are you doing this to me?
Because you put your hand in front of my face while I'm sleeping. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, why are you pranking me?
Because you dumped cold water on me. And?
While you were in the shower.
And what else do you do?
What?
What else do you do?
I don't know.
You're lying.
I don't do anything. I am the perfect wife. I don't do anything. And I do everything at the same time.
I was about to say something about that.
Shut up.
I'm the perfect wife. I don't do anything.
Shut up.
I instantly think of Peggy from Married with Children.
Oh, God.
With her bonbons.
Oh, fantastic.
Anyhow, so this is
why? I'm asking you why.
Because it's fun. And I have an even better reason now.
Why?
We have listeners, and they're going to look forward to this.
Oh, no.
And it's something I can share with them. I might even record it.
He is so mean when he does pranks, guys.
I am not mean. She just doesn't take pranks very well. I don't do anything mean. Mean would be putting Nair in your hair, shampoo. I don't know why I can go. Your hair cleaner, your hair soap.
My hair soap, my hair cleaner.
Yeah. So that would be mean. Or putting Kool-Aid in the shower head so you think it's blood.
When are you doing this prank?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh,
It's not a prank.
What is it then?
I'm actually kind of sitting on it till you get me with one that it's time for revenge.
So in other words, stop messing with you.
No.
That's what you're trying to. That's the point you're trying to drive.
No, you can keep
stop messing with me because I've got a loaded gun.
Yeah, it's like Russian roulette. You keep pulling the trigger one day.
Oh God. I can't be the only wife that harasses her husband.
True.
I can't be.
And I can't be the only husband that defends himself for harassment.
This is not
actually.
You're gonna do something to try and torture me.
No.
Yes, you are.
This won't torture you. I'm not gonna torture you. I would never do that. When have I ever tortured you? Like tortured you? What do you mean? Tickling is not torturing you.
Yeah, I was gonna say tickling.
No.
By scaring me.
Mm-mm.
You scare me all the time. Oh my God. You know what he did the other day?
That's not torturing.
You know what he did the other day? So, I was getting ready for work, and I didn't know that he had woken up. I thought he was still laying in bed, because he didn't have to be at work until 1 o'clock that day. Super nice. I like it when that happens, because we could actually stay up at night and, spend some more time together. Anyways, I didn't expect him to be up, so I was just in the bathroom doing my makeup, and he puts on his sheet mask. He has a plastic sheet mask, and he just kind of lurks around the corner and stares at me, and I don't even realize what's going on because I'm so focused on putting my makeup on.
No, the real effect of it was that I was staring at you in the mirror. So you didn't turn around and see me. You caught a glimpse of me in the mirror, which was really intense.
I had a heart attack, it felt like.
Yeah, she almost fell over. It was just, it was amazing.
I started hyperventilating. So, yeah,
it's awesome.
So, when he says he's trying to pull a prank, guys, like, he's gonna do something.
And this is not just any prank.
Okay, this has a lot of thought behind it, so it's going to be like torture. It's going to be something that scares me. And if it's anything involving clowns or possums, I'm kicking your ass.
Now you have to explain yourself.
I don't like clowns. No need to explain that. Tons of people have chlorophobia. Hate clowns. No, just negative Ghost Rider. No for clowns. Okay?
Clowns don't bother me.
Possums. Possums. Oh my God. Possums. I hate them with a fiery, burning passion. It seems like I am almost like a possum whisperer or something, because I feel like possums like gravitate towards me and they intentionally come to try and hurt me. And for a while I had this reoccurring dream.
Why do you think possums chase you?
I think they gravitate towards me. I think they want, I don't know what they want from me, but I don't like them.
Remember I did see that possum that one time.
I told you. No, I see Whew. Okay, so let me tell you about this reoccurring dream that I had. I don't think I've ever told you this even. Maybe I did. I don't know. And for a while I was having this dream where I was on this screen patio. Okay? Like it was just a complete, screens all the way around it, right?
Uh-huh.
And if you've ever seen a mama possum and baby possums, like the baby possums latch onto her boobies and she carries them and they hang there upside down.
Yeah.
So in my dream, this mama possum with her babies attached to her.
I think you have told me this.
Keep jumping up on these screen doors and they all start screeching and screaming at me. It's horrifying. It's horrifying. Okay? So, anyways, what I'm getting at is if you do anything involving clowns or possums, I will kick you in the nuts. That's an inevitability. You're going to have to accept it. You just know that that's what's happening if you do anything with clowns or possums.
I'll give you one hint then.
What?
There's no clowns and possums involved.
Thank you. At least I can be.
But possums dressed like clowns are not out of the question.
Oh my God! Don't even go there with me. You
realize if people listen to this podcast and could email us, we would get like fan art of possums dressed as clowns?
For you to look at, I won't.
They would send it to you too.
Nope, because I'm not giving any of them my email.
I will.
No.
Well, we're actually filling time, so we need to go ahead and move on to the next segment, I think, which is, right now, it's just tentatively titled as WTF News, What the Fuck News. This is just going to be like this will be just the time that we talk about current news or something that we found interesting in the news that each of us wants to speak on and just discuss. The name of it will probably change at some point. I don't know. We're looking at making these segments have better names and stuff. So we'll work all that out later. But this is the news segment, and I guess it'd be my turn to go, right?
It would be, yeah.
Somehow this turned into a game. I don't know how. This week I have decided to bring to the table an article that I found on Huffington Post. And it was posted by Andreas Warrigan.
You said you weren't going to sing on the podcast.
Did I just sing?
You just sang. Yeah, you sound like you were doing that. Do that again.
I thought it sounded like I died. Andreas Warrigan.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyway, I'm trying to give you credit, get a better name so I can give you credit.
Better credit.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is a post that I found on Huffington Post, and it's about a lady, a wife, in Tokyo that stabbed her husband over bathroom stink.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. This is what I was referring to earlier when I said you might be like this lady.
Oh my God.
Because there are times that you complain about leaving the bathroom, and
no, complain when you leave the bathroom.
Yeah, but there's no proof. You weren't there. How can you prove?
Because the cats aren't toilet trained.
The cat litter box.
And you and I are the only ones that live in this house that
cat
are
litter box is in the bathroom with me.
Let me see you hanging your ass over that cat litter box and just take a big shit. Let me see you doing that.
No. I didn't say I used the cat litter box. I'm saying the cat litter box could be the stinky part, so you should stab them in the face, not me. Sorry, PETA.
No.
So she wants to stab me in the face. You
No,
hear
I
this?
didn't.
I was
Oh, my
right.
God.
I was right.
I'm divorcing you.
We're not even married.
I'm divorcing you anyways.
Yeah, she's gonna say that a lot.
And you're homeless.
You beat me to it.
Nah.
That's courtesy of Smart Wrestling Fan. That's where we picked that up from. Or I did. She picked it up from me. So thanks, Joe Negron and Mr. Mutant Larry. Anyway, not that you'll ever hear this. So, going back to this segment, back to the news. This lady, her name is Emmy Mamiya. Mamiya? I gotta pick out
names that you could say.
I've got to pick out news articles where I can actually read what they're saying. I mean, I can't even say what I'm saying. Read the words of the names of the people. That I'm just losing it right now.
Yeah, maybe you never had it to begin with.
So this is the news article that I brought to the table. The lady's name is Emmy Mamiya, and she's allegedly stabbed her husband over bathroom smell. She's got charges against her that the Tokyo police have brought to her because she slashed her husband in the face with a kitchen knife.
Oh my God.
Yeah. This was, I think, 3 days ago. And she had said that she went to the bathroom and left, her husband went to the bathroom and left a terrible smell behind in the afternoon. And then she said that her husband also...
I love how she's like, in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Like, I just imagine it being like, you know, if it's an Asian lady, here's my bad impression of an Asian person. He not doing morning. He wait till afternoon after lunch.
That's racist.
After lunch.
That's racist.
Does that have to be edited out?
No. It's staying in, but it's still racist.
Afternoon bathroom stink bad.
He do.
He do all afternoon.
You sucked me into this bad impression. And the other part of it was that she was upset at her husband because he tried to help the 3-year-old use the bathroom and he didn't wash his own hands first.
What?
Yeah. So that was another reason she was upset.
Yeah. Really?
She left a 7-inch gash in his left cheek.
There's got to be something wrong with her. Because, like, people don't just do that.
And she...
people don't just...
And she denies that she even tried to kill him, that she even attempted to hurt him. Really? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
So, listeners out there, watch where you poop and make sure you carry some air freshener or hide all the knives at least. What should I do? We already established that you have a problem with me pooping in the litter box.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Where else?
Where else do I have a problem with you pooping?
Yeah.
In the bed.
Okay.
On me.
Okay.
We're cool on the counter.
Okay.
Please don't poop on the counter.
Okay.
My car. Please don't poop in my car or on my car.
Okay.
Please don't poop on the couches.
Gotcha.
Please don't poop on the TV.
Okay.
Don't poop on my tablet.
Yep.
Don't poop on my cell phone.
Okay.
The only place you're allowed to poop is outside or in the toilet. I'm going to ask you nicely, Scott. Don't use the cat litter box. That's for them. That's not for you. And then let me find out that your ass tried to bury it. Let me find out. Let me find out. What? That look. Alright. So are we moving on to my news now?
Sure. But before we do, all I want to say is hashtag poop freely.
Hashtag poop freely.
Yeah.
Hashtag cut a bitch for pooping.
That probably already exists because of this woman.
Alright, so here's mine, and I found this on Huffington Post. Man accused of arson, microwaving neighbor's wallet.
What?
Microwaving his neighbor's wallet. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and read this directly, and then we'll go ahead and talk about it.
Okay.
Alright? I'll give you my opinion on it.
I guess that's what I should have did, but yeah.
Well, I thought about this because, I actually had to go in, pick the story that I wanted. And I said, you know what? That's the best way to do it is just go in and read it and then talk about my opinion and why that's my opinion of it.
Yeah, I agree.
So, a Florida man forced his neighbor onto a balcony and then microwaved his wallet during a bizarre dispute Sunday morning, police say. Mohammed
Wait. Was the microwave on the balcony?
No, stupid. He pushed the neighbor onto the balcony, and then he went and he microwaved his wallet.
Okay, because that makes so much more sense.
Oh my God. Anyways, Mohammed Almari, 21, allegedly broke into the neighbor's Tampa home and threatened the owner of the apartment until he retreated to the balcony. Authorities say that Almari took the homeowner's wallet and microwaved it, and then proceeded to stack several lighters near an electrical heater. Firefighters responded to the luxury apartment building and smelled smoke.
With laughter.
Yeah, right. But found no active fire, according to the Tampa Bay Times. Almari was arrested on charges including arson and false imprisonment. The damage to the apartment estimated at approximately $1,000. So, that's
wow.
I picked that story because, I mean, what has to be going through your mind when you're doing this to somebody? Like, I put myself in, like, is there anyone in life that I would just get the urge to do this to?
To line up lighters in front of a heater?
Line up and take your wallet and microwave it. And then get charged for larceny. Yeah, I mean, wait, how do you do this? I'm about to mess up your whole life. I'm going to take your credit card, your wallet, and guess what, buddy? It's going in the microwave and it's going to be gone. All of it's going to be gone. And I'd be like, I could just order a new one. And then that's when my ass would get slapped for trying to backtalk someone who forced me onto my balcony. Yeah,
wow. I don't know how I would respond to that.
Like, or what would you do? Okay, what would you do if it was a neighbor that you didn't know?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, give me your wallet. And you obviously like, okay, cool, take it. Because you think you're being burglarized.
So I wouldn't even know it was a neighbor.
Right. I guess that's true. So you would think that you were just being burglarized. But then, like, what would the first thought be when you saw them put your wallet in a microwave? What would your first thought be?
I guess it would be the same thought I had when you started reading this. I thought maybe, but when you told me the title of the article, I thought maybe he thought there was a bug in the wallet or a chip or something that he had to kill because it's crazy.
Oh, yeah, that could be it.
That's what I would think. I'm like, so what's his reason? Did you find out any more to that?
Nope, I found out nothing about it. And now, y'all can't see this obviously, but this is what the guy looks like. He looks like it's kind of hard to see, but he does definitely look like he's probably screwed up on something.
Yeah. I
mean, maybe he's doing the bath salts or... Remember that about that guy that ate the other guy's face off?
Yeah.
Because he did the bath salts?
Yeah.
That's some craziness right there. Wow. And then what was he trying to accomplish with stacking the lighters up?
Yeah, I don't know why that baffled me more than the wallet, but it did. I'm like...
And how
was he trying to create an explosion?
I mean, that's the only thing I could think of, but it didn't say he lit them.
But even if it...
And even at that, how do you stand there and stack up a whole bunch of lighters and light them all at the same time?
I think he thought the heat was going to make them explode because of the fluid in them.
Oh, I get it.
But, I mean, come on. Think about that. You stack up, say he had 4 lighters in his pocket. Pop. What's the explosion? Even if it did explode.
Okay.
If that's the case, I don't even know. I'm speculating.
So, there must be something we don't know about, because if you just did that, yeah, I could see you getting in trouble for something, but arson?
Evidently he was trying to create an explosion. Maybe that's why he threw the wallet in there. He was trying to blow up the microwave.
Yeah. Because the way the plot, it depends on what the material was, and all kinds of stuff.
Could have been one of those aluminum wallets. That would have been a little bit more logical, I guess.
The neighbor that did this. Let your dog shit in my yard one more time.
I'm gonna set your wallet on fire in your own microwave. And then I'm going to find every lighter in your house and I'm going to make them explode. So you let that dog shit on my yard one more time.
Oh, fantastic.
And boom goes the dynamite.
And boom goes the dynamite. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a...
Strange news.
Yeah.
WTF news. That's what that is.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yep, it sure is. Wow. Yeah, I would definitely say that yours was better than mine. I mean, I thought that was crazy, the lady stabbing her husband over his poop smells.
No, I think yours was better.
See, this is where it'd be nice to have a group of listeners to vote. You know?
Oh, right. Here's the story that I couldn't decide to do. And by the time we do our next one, this will be old news. So I'm going to go ahead and just tell you about it.
Well, it doesn't always have to be current.
Okay. Well, I still want to tell you what this is. Okay?
Okay.
If you want to, I can look up the file real quick, too. It's hilarious.
Actually, we've got 4 minutes left.
We've got 4 minutes left.
So we're going to go over for sure.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so archaeologists recently found the oldest dildo. It's made out of bristle, leather, and it has a wooden head.
How do they know that it's a dildo?
Because there was a picture of it.
Okay.
It looks like one of the first dildos ever created.
Yeah, but how? Did the archaeologists go, I have uncovered
Scott.
the first female orgasmo bringer?
Okay, so maybe it wasn't the first. You know what? Let me pull up the article, okay? Okay. All right. So
anyway, that wraps it up. We'll see you next week.
No, I don't think so. I'm not done yet. It's 300 years old.
The dildo is?
Yeah. Archaeologists find dodo. Thanks, autocorrect.
So that would be
a lot more believable than finding a 300.
So that would be in the early 1700s.
It keeps on trying to autocorrect dildo to discount. See this?
Okay, so she is trying to find this article, and her tablet keeps autocorrecting dildo to discount.
I can't freaking find it.
What happens if you type discount dildos? Would it
discount? Then I'm gonna find some really great deals. Yeah.
No, you'll find discounts.
Okay, well this looks like it's from somewhere else. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. Hey, are you a time traveler missing a 250-year-old dildo because some Polish archaeologists found it? They're probably not going to give it back. The archaeologists that found this shiny antique wang in an old latrine. So they removed the toilet and found it in the toilet. That's how they found this.
Wow.
And somewhere in Poland, I can't even say that name right there, so I'm not going to even try.
So it was thrown in a toilet?
Yeah.
A latrine. That's probably more like...
well, the other post I found specifically said toilet.
Really?
Yeah, the one on Huffington did. This one
yeah, but there was probably not toilets in the 1700s. It was probably a latrine, which is more like a what do you call it? A giant urinal, I guess. A long thing that you just pee and poo in, and it runs down, I guess. I don't really know what a latrine is. I sound like an idiot.
Well, we'll look it up. We'll look up pictures of latrines. That's what we'll do. Anyways, they also found bits of wooden swords nearby, so this might have been the shitter for a fencing school. Why somebody brought their dildo to fencing school is not a question I am qualified to answer.
It could be that someone tried out other things before they got to the dildo.
Ew, that's so bad. Oh, gross.
Think about the splinters.
Yeah, well, they were talking about the head on it, saying it was wooden. Yeah, like that was my first thought.
They still have wooden toys, but not like that.
We don't have wooden toys.
I've seen wooden toys before.
Where?
They're like smoothed out and stuff.
No, I've seen glass.
Well, yeah, I'm not confusing glass with wood.
Wow, I don't know.
Anyways,
they estimate the schooling dates from sometime between 1750 and 1800, a contemporary of the American and French revolutions. and was preserved in excellent condition according to the Regional Office for the Protection of the Monuments.
Wow.
And it's large, thick. It is large, thick, made of leather, filled with bristles, and has a wooden tip. Everybody knows the discriminating dildo buyer wants a wooden tip. It is the very pinnacle of dildo design.
Wow.
Archaeologists say it was a really high-end piece.
It's got bristles? I gotta see this thing.
Yeah, look at this.
I can't imagine bristles feel very good.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen this picture before.
But I think seen this picture
before.
Maybe,
I think maybe I was like on Huffington Post and saw it and thought maybe it was like a elephant penis or something. I don't know.
And, you know what's funny too is on the other post they said it's only 7 to 8 inches, but the way that it looks, that thing looks like the size of like 3 Coke cans to me.
Well, they're talking 7 to 8 inches in length, not in width.
Well, it looks like
it's circumference.
I mean, that thing is huge. Who's gonna put that in them? That thing's huge. Gross, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, so now we had 2 WTF news things this week.
They actually made the balls on it.
Yeah, I know.
They didn't even mention that.
Oh, you're right. I didn't mention that. But let me ask you something.
It's got big black balls.
Why'd you notice the big black balls?
It's right there in the picture.
Yeah, big black balls.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads us right into our next part of our show, the next segment.
Wait.
Like big black balls obviously goes back into our last minute pitch.
How? Is that obvious?
If you don't understand it now, you never will.
I don't pitch black balls. Anyway, our final segment before we say goodbye is we're calling it the last minute pitch, and that name will probably stick. I might even make some dumb baseball sound with it or something. I don't know. I'll come up with... No, that sounds dumb. I'll come up with something better. But what it is it's a shilling of something that we're currently excited about. Maybe eventually this will be where we stick some ads of something that we want to back if we do. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but right now it's going to be things that we really like that's currently exciting in our life, like maybe a movie that we love that we just saw, or a TV show, or music, or it could be really anything. It could be just things that, maybe you just bought something, a new shirt you want to talk about. I don't know. I would never talk about a shirt, but you might.
Maybe.
Depends
on how cute it is.
She's smoking her e-cig. She's trying so hard to quit smoking. Anyway, we'll talk about that another time.
Well, no, actually, we can lead that into my what I want to pitch, if you want.
Is it my... it doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Is it your turn or my turn?
It doesn't matter. We don't have to take
it. Okay. So, along with this trying to quit smoking thing, I'm also trying to lose weight. I'm doing a whole lot at once right now. The smoking part, it's difficult, but yeah, whatever.
You've done it before, though.
I did. I have done it before. My mom passed away, and I started smoking cigarettes again. Long story short of it, that's what happened. But with the weight loss, this is what I want to pitch. Ally. Okay?
Ally?
Ali.
Well, however it's pronounced.
A-L-L-I.
In future episodes, we'll look up how to pronounce certain things that we're not sure how to pronounce.
I guess so, yeah. But I'm 99% sure this is pronounced Ally. And here's the thing about Ally, okay? It is not a stimulant, so it's not going to make you feel like you're on speed and all kinds of messed up. It just...
Well, explain. It's a supplement. It's a pill you take, right?
Yeah, it's a pill. It's
not like a program or anything like that.
Well, there is a program that goes with it. It's recommended.
The program?
Yeah, it's recommended, but honestly, it works even if you don't do it exactly to it. But it's not a stimulant. It's not a appetite suppressor. It's a fat blocker. And that's what it does, is it blocks 25% of the fat that you intake. And it recommends that you don't go over 15 grams of fat.
15 calories?
15 calories, that's something.
You get 15 calories just breathing. I'm just kidding.
Anyways, 15 grams of fat, it recommends that you don't go over it, or you will have some pretty serious repercussions from it.
That's to say the least.
Yeah, that's to say the least.
She's being very kind.
You should, if you're interested, look up Ally treatment effects.
Oh, don't.
Yeah, no, look it up. I keep on taking pictures.
Or if you have her number or email, text her. She'll be happy to show her pictures.
Oh, that's exactly. I will. If anyone wants to see a picture of my Ally poops, I will totally send them to you.
I have yet to see this. She's trying to make me see this for some reason.
I keep trying to trick them into it too, but because here's the crazy thing: the only way to really that you can block this fat is through passing it through pooping. And if you go over 15 grams of fat in a meal, you will totally see it because it all comes out of you. Look, I'm not going to go into the gory details, but trust me, you could see the fat in your poop. And I know that Ally works because I tried Ally back in 2009.
Trust me, I know that it works too.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
I'm gonna slash you in the face with a I was gonna say a sword. A Michonne.
Oh my god, he has a problem with Michonne. By the way,
no, I don't.
Yes,
I just don't like the character.
He has a problem with empowered women.
We already talked about The Walking Dead, and no, I don't.
Anyways, whatever. I'm pitching Ally. It is a great pill if you are willing to change what you're eating.
And poop fat.
And never trust a fart. Never do it because you will fart oil. I ruined my outside smoking chair. It's terrible. I ruined it. Huge oil stain on it. So,
yeah,
but it does work. It does work. And here's the thing too. It punishes you. So it forces you to eat better. Yeah, I went out and one night we just went ahead and got Whataburger. Bad decision. Really, really bad decision.
Some people that might be listening to this outside of the state of Texas wouldn't even know what Whataburger is.
Yeah, it's a burger joint here in Texas. Do they have Whataburgers up in other states?
I don't think so. At least not in the northern states.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember when I lived in Colorado. I don't remember seeing a Whataburger.
Well, anyways, they have some really, really great burgers, and so we went and we had Whataburger that night for dinner, and I regretted it the next day. I mean, I'm telling you. I was running to the bathroom. Luckily, I was off the next day and I didn't have a whole lot of stuff to do. But I just kept running to the bathroom. So I know it sounds weird to pitch something that does this to you, but you do lose weight and it does work. And I have PCOS, okay? Part of PCOS, again, we'll have another time when we talk about all that. But part of it is an insulin resistance. So it makes it a lot harder for you to lose weight. And even with me having PCOS, I'm able to lose weight with this stuff. So
yeah, I've seen it myself.
Yep. So that's what I'm pitching.
I don't ever want to take it because no
the treatment
thanks.
effects are pretty harsh.
Yeah, no thanks. I don't want to go through that. But I can tell you I have seen that she's lost weight. So it definitely seems to work.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the results and smelled the results.
Oh, shut
up. I'm just kidding.
All right. So what do you want to pitch, Scott?
I think my pitch will be for a few different podcasts that inspired this show. For me for doing this podcast.
I think that's great.
Yeah, I think I'll take this time to just talk about a few of the ones that I listen to and ones that you should listen to if you're that kind. You enjoy that kind of thing. I think I'll start with I'd say the one that's monopolized most of my time. It's not one, it's several, is through the Smodcast network. It would be, if you wanted to check it out, it's smodcast.com. This is Kevin Smith's personal venture. It's his personal network. He's been running podcast shows for, I'd say, about 5 or 6 years. I'm not even sure. It's been a long time. And for people who don't know who Kevin Smith is, he directed Clerks 2, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Dogma, Chasing Amy, Red State, and recently Tusk. Mallrats. I almost missed Mallrats. Yeah, he's directed a lot of movies. He wrote and directed these movies. He's a very creative guy. His podcasts are incredibly entertaining. They're goofy.
You want to know what I tell people whenever a lot of my friends, when I'm telling them about Scott, I'll say, oh, yeah, he's a big fan of Kevin Smith. If they don't know who he is, this is what I always say. I say, okay, have you ever seen Jay and Silent Bob? Yeah. Okay, Silent Bob. Oh, they're like, oh, that dude does stuff like that? And I'm like, hell yeah, he does.
Does stuff like that. He made the movie You've Seen Him, man.
People just don't even know. And I've never not been a fan, but I was never like it. It's no offense if Kevin Smith, if you ever get the opportunity to listen to that, first of all, that would be a dream come true for him.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how fucking awesome you were until Scott introduced all of his stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I endorse Kevin Smith too.
Yeah, he's great. And it's not just him. He on his network, he's got his shows are Smodcast. That's with him and Scott Mosier, one of his producers from the movies. And he's got Edumacation with Andy McElfresh.
Which is great. That was my first podcast I ever listened to.
Edumacation is more like, where Smodcast is more than just talking about current events and playing out scenarios and joking around. Edumacation's it has more of a format, and it's about like different science facts and stuff, and it's Andy McElfresh is the smarter one, or so that's how they play it out, and he challenges Kevin Smith to figure out what certain things are and what he thinks they are when it comes to like anatomy and science and whatever you name whatever it is, you name it. And then aside from that, the ones that he's not in, there's Tell 'em Steve Dave. That's friends of his from his childhood, and they're also stars of Comic Book Men. That's a great show. It's really hilarious. I'm definitely a TESD ant. So if anybody anybody who listens to that show ever hears that, they'll know what I'm talking about. What else on that there's also Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, and that's Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes, and it still is a podcast to keep him straight. He got off of drugs, I think, 3 years now, and it was to make him account for the things he's done and talk about how his bad experiences and stuff. So, and it's kept him clean, so that's pretty cool. Aside from that, I listen to a lot of different wrestling podcasts. That's kind of a specific genre. I don't know. Certain friends of mine will listen to that. Watch wrestling would probably listen to it. Number one, I would tell you to listen to is Smart Wrestling Fan. I've listened to that for many years. Their dedication has really inspired me to do this. They're not a major corporate-driven podcast, and they've been around for a long time, and they're just really cool guys. Always entertaining, so I love listening to them. And that's where we got Your Homeless from. So I don't want to steal that. I'll give them all the credit in the world. We say it all the time at Big Lee, so thank you for that.
Scott and I constantly tell each other that we're divorcing each other, and we call the other person homeless.
Yeah, it's just a joking thing. So for anybody who's homeless, I can't imagine too many homeless people are going to listen to this, but you never know. So we're not trying to be offensive for that. It's just a joke between us. And then besides that, the most recent podcast I started listening to is Harmontown, and that is hosted by Dan Harmon and Jeff Davis. Dan Harmon's famous for being the creator of Community Town, getting fired off the show, and then getting hired back. Did I just say Community Town?
I think you did.
That is Community, I'm sorry.
The Community
The name
Town.
of the podcast is Harmontown. The name of the show is Community. Anyway, he's very entertaining. His idea behind the podcast is to form a community, a town, if you will. And he's the mayor of Geeks, where people aren't made fun of and bullied and stuff. And it's a hilarious podcast. They play D&D at the end of the show every week, and that's just hilarious. He's really entertaining, and he's inspiring too, because he's fought through a lot of struggles with his shows and stuff, and you can tell he's a very dedicated artist. He's a tortured soul, and I can associate with that. And not that I'm tortured, but I can understand how frustrating it can be creatively to not get your ideas out. So, anyway, he's entertaining. You guys should really check him out. You can get an idea about him and who he is and what the Harmontown show is by watching the Harmontown documentary on Netflix. That's actually how I discovered them. But that's pretty much what I'm pitching this week is a few podcasts and just the fact that it's pretty simple to sit down and record one, and I want to carry on what everybody else has said to me, or not that said directly to me, but has said on podcasts. Just sit down and do it. Do it and get your word out there. And even if it doesn't get popular, they say, just do it because the person you're doing it with, it gives you an opportunity to sit down and talk and, just have that time.
And we're always looking to spend more time with each other anyways. So.
Yeah, even if it is in the closet.
Yeah, who cares?
So that's pretty much my last minute pitch right before the shows. And unfortunately, we've gone almost 20 minutes over. So now we've gone an hour and 20 minutes. So I don't even know if it is the podcast in the closet hour anymore. I guess we'll see post editing how much goes away. Not much.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I don't want to say gold, but there's a lot of entertaining things in that. At least the people who know us, I think, will find it entertaining.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up.
We want to thank y'all for listening to our very, very, very first episode.
Yeah, definitely.
Appreciate it.
Like I said in my pitch, special thanks to Kevin Smith and Joe Negron and Mr. Mutant Larry and Dishman and Dan Harmon, all these different people who host podcasts and for inspiring me to do my own. It's a pretty fun thing. I find that it's kind of freeing just to sit and talk.
Yeah.
So I think I will continue to do it, whether anybody hears it or not. And it seems like Stephanie's into it too.
Yeah, I you know what? Honestly, babe, I'm into whatever makes you happy.
Yeah,
that's what it is. I like seeing you happy.
Me too.
And I know that this whole podcast thing, you've been excited about it for such a long time, and I think that's part of my job as a good wife is to let you be creative and express yourself. Otherwise, if I change that about you, then you cease to be who I fell in love with. So.
You just don't want me to go out and get another hostess. That's what it is.
Another hostess?
Yeah, co-hostess.
You ain't gonna find one hotter than me, shit.
No, I was talking about a hostess Twinkie.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
Now I want some Twinkies. Thanks. Thanks. Of course, with being on Ally, I can't eat any of that.
Yeah, essentially, she just needs to walk in the bathroom, unwrap it, and just throw it in the toilet.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what you should do with Twinkies, folks.
So
let that be our final tip of the day. Any Twinkie you find, unwrap it, and go in your bathroom or the nearest restroom, and throw that son of a bitch in the toilet. Sorry, pardon my language.
No, he's not sorry. Don't believe him.
Sorry, not sorry. We're ready to get out of this closet, so we'll see you next week in the closet.